Hey lads and ladies, and welcome back to the channel. So interesting things happening at the moment for the Gold Coast Suns. We've been struggling a bit, we've been struggling a lot, but I think there's starting to see signs that we might be making a little bit of inroads into our problems. So the first thing that happened was this past Tuesday, the Suns had a members forum. They invited all their members along to come along and listen to some of the administration, some of the fitness staff, come and speak about what had been happening at the club and what they were planning to do moving forward. So on top of all those people, the non-playing personnel speaking, also Stephen May, from what I understand, spoke too. Something they did mention was the fact that our injured players are all due back really, really soon. So the bye is probably about a month away now. But by the time the bye happens, or after the bye, we should have everyone but 3 players back ready to play for us, which is amazing news. So while this injury problem is an issue now, by the time the bye comes, we should have almost a full list to pick from. And when we have a full list to pick from, I think we're definitely not the worst team in the league. Are we in the best team, up in the best teams in the league? Probably not. But we're a much more competitive team when we have our whole list to pick from. So Stephen May spoke really, really well, apparently. And from what I heard, he had some really good things to say. One worrying thing I heard was that about players that play for the Suns at the moment, that they're only going to move to be closer to family. Now that's a worrying thing, because that's a good reason for a lot of people to leave the Suns. They don't live near their family, so they'd want to move back, which could leave us with a very big drop-off this year, next year, and the year after. I've got every confidence that we're going to retain as many good players as we can. Are we going to keep everyone? Probably not. But if we can keep the majority of our players on the list fit and healthy, I think we are going to be going forward very, very soon. We also heard from list managers, and from what I heard from people speaking to list managers and heads of football, that they really plan on going big this year, moving people out that probably aren't good enough for the team and moving people, young blood, in from our academy and trading in a couple of really good quality mature players. It's really setting up for the next couple of years to be really looking strong if we can keep the team together. Get rid of those players that can't contribute on field in a first team environment, and get players in that are young, that will grow into those lists and fill roles that we need filled. Inside midfielders is one that I've been screaming out for so long. Someone that gets in and under the pack and deals out the ball to our prime movers. So overall, from what I heard, all the reports were very, very positive. It's so good to hear the club being open and honest with everyone. And hopefully, this is something we can expect moving forward as Gold Coast Suns supporters. Last week, we played Adelaide and we lost by 70-odd points. Now, I must say, this is the most positive I've felt after a 70-point loss. I watched the game from start to finish, and while we didn't have anywhere near the amount of players in the field we needed, not enough quality, not enough experience, the effort was there. The issue wasn't a lack of effort. We didn't stop running. We tried and we tried and we tried, and at points, in patches of 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, we looked like a real quality team. But to extend that over a 4-quarter game, too hard for the young players we had on the field. A special mention to Peter Wright, who did score another 3 goals too. He looks like a quality forward, and he was lucky probably to not be the Rising Star nomination this week. The second special mention I'd like to give out is Dan Curry. Now, Nichols is the expected number 1 ruckman for the Suns, but since he's been out for the past couple of weeks for form and injury reasons, Dan Curry's come in and put himself really, really well, taking marks. He went forward, kicked 1 goals 3. Now, if he kicked those, turned those 1 goals 3 into 3 goals 1, probably be speaking a lot more about his performance, but he looked like he wanted a red hot crack. He's a bit of an older player, so he wants opportunity, and we've given him opportunity, and he seems to have taken it pretty well. So competition for that number 1 rock spot is very, very important, and that will do nothing but keep the quality of our ruckmen up, and they want to perform at their best, so they're playing in the first team. So coming in this week to the West Coast Eagles team, we have some good ins. May, Nichols, Ablett, Aaron Hall are 4 of the players that will get into the team. which is going to give us a bit more of an experience boost and a bit more of a talent boost. And we've got a fifth person that needs to come in between Willis, Schoenfeld, Joyce and Clay Cameron. All good young players that I hope improve with time. Joyce has just been promoted off the rookie list, so he could be a chance to get his first game. With that though, we have some people coming out. McPherson's done his knee, unfortunately. Not an ACL, but he's still injured. He will be out for 4, 5, 6 weeks. Day is currently he's having a 1 week rest. He's just resting up and make sure he's cherry ripe for next week's game against Sydney. Curry, after having a really good game, has fractured his finger. He's out for about 4 weeks. Grant and Archie were 2 others that have come out of the team. Now, with all these inclusion of quality, are we going to go over and beat the Eagles? Probably not. But what is important is that effort that we showed last week. Even though we lost by 70 points, that effort was really good. Show that effort, and then hopefully, if we can keep close to the Eagles and make a bit of a contest of it, I'll be very happy. I'm looking for improvement from our young players and also from our quality players. I want to see that improved effort. I want to make sure that we're all trying our hardest on the field. Thank you for watching. I'm actually feeling a bit more optimistic as a Sun supporter as opposed to the last few weeks where I've heard nothing but doom and gloom from the media and the club in general. But I'm actually, after this Tuesday and after reading all the stuff about this members forum and how they answered the question, how they've talked about we're going to be moving forward and seeing players coming back from injury, it's making me feel a bit more positive. We're not going to be probably making finals this year, but we're stepping in the right direction, setting ourselves up for the next 3 to 4 years. Like and subscribe to follow all my videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.